Hello everyone, RF here back with another recap video, this time on the Prison of Elders reveal stream they did earlier today, in case you missed that. Here's a few highlights for you, and I gotta say, first off, out of all three streams they've done so far, this is the one I'm most excited for. This is gonna be a really fun activity. Alright, so let's get talking about it. So, Prison of Elders is an endgame activity, so you need to complete all the story things first in House of Wolves before you can do it. And, it's 3 players activity, which is quite a difference between the raids that we're used to. They said that one of the problems they found at the raid is that you need 6 people in the fire team, and that takes quite a while to. It does, truthfully, it takes quite a long time to put together a 6-person fire team. So I like how it's just 3 people.
Good to be back.
It's simple and easy.
Where should we go first?
There's a main activity. That's level 28 for the minimum requirements. That's match made, so it will find people for you, and there is no cap on that. You can run it as many times as you want per week and still get rewards for it. However, there are 3 other ones that are non-match made, which means you have to find your own fire team for it. And these are the challenge modes they have, and they rotate. And there'll be kind of a different challenge each weekly reset. But these ones are level 32, 34, and 35. So those are the light levels for those ones. Considering that the light cap goes up to 34 for players, the 35 one should be quite a challenge. And unlike the level 28 one, these ones you can only run once per week, just like the Nightfall. And get rewards still. I think it's like, if you want a basic rundown of really quick of what it's like, I think it's like Firefight from Halo. You survive waves of enemies that I think get progressively, yeah, they do get progressively more difficult as the game progresses. There's 5 rounds. Each round takes place in a room, and there's 3 waves per round. So you go to one room, fight for 3 waves. And then you go to the next room, fight for 3 waves, and that happens for 5 rounds. There are different modifiers they put in. There's arc burn, like we know from, and all the other burns, like we know from the Nightfall, like Night Switch and all that stuff. But there's also new ones. They had one where your abilities, like your grenades and your melee, recharge really, really slowly. There is one where your primary damage, the damage for your primary weapon was a lot increased. It was buffed. One where you had extra shielding, I think. That was pretty cool. But they said there's a whole bunch of other ones they had too that they didn't see. Each room, they have like, it's pretty cool. Each room was race themed. So they had one for the Hive, they had one for the Cabal. And those are the only ones we really saw. They said there was some for the Vex and the Fallen, but we didn't see those. In between, I think it's pretty cool. In between each wave, in the 3 waves of a room, or at the beginning of a wave, a different objective is spawned up. So like, they had it where kill target objective would come up, and if you didn't kill the target, you would fail. They had one where you had to like defuse mines in a certain amount of time, or else you failed. That was pretty cool. Seems pretty tense and keeps you on edge. Also, Varix, the prison warden, at the very beginning they showed him as like this servitor talking to you about what's gonna happen, and he will talk to you about throughout the activity. But he will send you, like, they call them gifts in between each wave. It could be heavy ammo, but he could also send you this thing called the Scorch Cannon, which I think is freaking sweet. It's this cannon that goes over your shoulder and fires rockets. But if the cool thing about it is if you fire it and hold the trigger, it sticks to something and it stays there and just gets more and more. The projectile gets more and more charged and explodes massively. That's pretty freaking sweet. Considering that the rooms are race fallen and the Scorch Cannon has, they said, was a fallen themed weapon, I'm wondering if They didn't say this, but I'm wondering if they have other race-themed weapons as well that come as a gift, like the sword for the Hive. That could be pretty cool. I don't know what they do for the Vex or the Cabal though. This was freaking sweet. I wanted this to happen for a long time. They had a secondary hand cannon sidearm. One of the earliest trailers for Bungie, when they were actually playing the game, they had a secondary hand cannon, which we haven't seen since that. But now they finally have one. It's a semi-automatic arc damage weapon, which I cannot wait to get because I've wanted a secondary hand cannon for a long, long time. This stream was pretty long. I will put up a video of it as soon as the entire video comes out, but compared to the other ones that were an hour, if not under an hour, this one was like an hour and a half. They had Professor Broman on there, shout out to him, with Deej, and I feel bad about this because I don't remember the guy's name, but he was a creative director, Matt something. I can't remember his last name, but shout out to him. Professor Broman was very into it. He thought it would be quick and they would just get it done with easy. They only got through room 3 or 4 in an hour and a half. And just by watching it, I can say it's pretty hard. Especially when Arcburn comes on, because that was one of the rooms that happened. In one of the rooms. They had Arcburn, and then as soon as those Hallowed Wizards came out, it was just over. And from just having experience from the Nightfall, I can say this is gonna be awful. They didn't really say if there was gear rewards or not, like Trials of Osiris. I'm thinking there is, because it's just they just have so much new stuff. I mean, they might as well call this. I might be extremely saying stuff wrong here, but they might as well call it Destiny 2 because there's so much new stuff that's coming out. That I cannot wait for, by the way. They didn't really, besides what I talked about, they didn't really reveal that much other stuff. Unlike the Trials of Osiris and the stream beforehand, besides what I just talked about, there wasn't really anything. It was just them playing, which I really liked this time. Because on the other 2 previous streams, it was me trying to write stuff down about what was going on and trying to get screen caps of images and stuff. But this time I was actually able to actually watch the stream and enjoy what was happening. Not like I didn't enjoy the other 2 streams. I guess that's it. I mean,
Guardians, please salvage what you can.
There wasn't really much to talk about besides how freaking excited I am, and I'm sure there's lots of people who are freaking excited about this too. This will not be my last video before the House of Will comes out. I will be doing a countdown series where I will play through the entire story, what little there is, of Destiny, from the very beginning to the Dark Below. I will be making a series about that, and just a kind of countdown to the House of Wolves release. So look out for that, and thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Arf, signing off.
Okay, updating holiday. Well done.
new monarchy is offering bounties here. Whatever haunts us, we should haunt twice as hard. Mission parameters encrypted.
Nice work.